Hey guys, it's week 3 of Duval Homeroom. Alright, this week we're going to start talking about cellular respiration. So last week we talked about photosynthesis. We did 2 photosynthesis labs, and now we're going to be talking about cellular respiration, and then we're going to be connecting the two and see how they work together. Before we get started on that, I wanted to go over a few announcements. So announcement 1 is I just want to reiterate expectations. Alright, so I know there's a lot going on right now, and I understand that things come up, but I do want to make sure the expectations are clear so that if you can and are capable of doing so, you are meeting those expectations. If anything does come up, please just send me an email and let me know, and that's totally fine. But it is the expectation that generally speaking, you are signing on and checking all your classes every day. I noticed quite a few of you, we have an attendance tracker, are doing certain classes and not others, or maybe just one class, some of you. So it's important that you're checking all your classes because we are giving grades. Alright, so announcement 1 is the expectation that you're spending approximately 1 hour a day for all your core classes, and then also you have some work for electives too. So keep in mind that the quarter does end this week. If there's any grade discrepancies, please do not post on the collaboration board. If you have any issues with your grade or need to contact me, do not post on the collaboration board. I want to leave that only for academic posts. Please email me through Outlook. Email me is fine, but please do not post on there. It's no one's business what you made up. We're not, because then people have to sort through that to actually read what's important. Do not post on the collaboration board. Please email me about grades or check into my office hours. Overview for this week is we're going to be doing cellular respiration videos for 3 days. We're going to be doing a lab tomorrow on cellular respiration. Thursday, just like last week, we're going to do a live quizzes review game. For those of you who came out to Kahoot, I know we had some technical difficulties, and I'm sorry about that. So from now on, our review is going to be on quizzes. I will send out information later this week. Your quiz this week is on cellular respiration. Please note that next week you will have a test on photosynthesis, cellular respiration, and conservation of energy. If you're a little bit behind, it is important that you are doing photosynthesis for that test. So if you were unable to do assignments from week 1 because you do not have access to the internet or a laptop, please start with photosynthesis just so you're caught up and are able to do that on the test. If there are issues, again, contact me. Alright, like I said, quarter ends Thursday. I'm submitting grades by Wednesday. If you have any grade issues or went back and redid assignments, you must email me. I don't know that you automatically went back and did assignments. Alright, moving on to today. So our goal is 80% mastery, so we can take what in high school? Biology. So we can do what on time? Graduate, and so we can have choices of our job or college pathway. Our LEQ for today, by the end of this lesson, you should be able to tell me, and you will have to answer it in Penda, how does cellular respiration break down food for energy? So your goal, if you learn nothing else during this lesson, is to know how does cellular respiration break down food for energy? How does cellular respiration break down food to get energy? So I want to start off with this clip of my dog. I mean, I'm sure you guys, I love seeing my face every day, but I figured spice it up a little bit. Alright, this is my dog, and we're going to come back in a second once you see this clip. You hold it. Drink. Look at it. Okay. So that video of her doing fetch, she will literally do that all day. She will literally play fetch all day. Usually while I'm making these videos, I have to put her in a separate room because she will constantly be trying to play fetch with me. She has endless energy. She never gets tired, all right? So I'm wondering, how does she have so much energy? And in reality, the answer is this: cellular respiration. How do you have even energy right now to sit at the computer and watch this video? The answer is cellular respiration. So basically, if you learn nothing else, you need to know that cellular respiration gives you energy, okay? When I eat, or when you eat, everyone thinks, oh, I'm just getting my energy from my food, which is true. But our cells, our microscopic cells, like I had mac and cheese earlier, my microscopic cells cannot just intake mac and cheese and just use it as energy. It doesn't work like that. Your body, or my dog's body, has to digest their food, and then this process occurs to make it energy in a form we can use. Your body cannot just, your cells can't just absorb pizza or mac and cheese or vegetables or a hamburger. They can't do that. You have to digest it, and then this process must occur for you to be able to break down food. Cellular respiration. So the goal for cellular respiration is to make energy. The goal of cellular respiration is to make energy by breaking down food. Based on that, I need you to pause the video here and do quick check 1 on Penda. Pause the video here and do quick check 1 on Penda. Alright, so now, we already established that me and you need energy to do everything. My dog needs energy, but is it just us animals that need to do cellular respiration? Are we the only ones that need energy? Something people mess up all the time is that any living thing needs energy, right? Any living thing. So people are like, oh, plants do photosynthesis, they don't gotta do respiration. Think about though. What is the goal of photosynthesis? The one goal of photosynthesis is for plants to make their own what? Food. But why do plants need their own food? Plants need their own food to get energy. So photosynthesis has to occur so the plant can also do cellular respiration. So the plant has to make its own food first and then break down that food for energy and cellular respiration. So plants actually do both photosynthesis and cellular respiration. So in reality, all living things need to do some form of respiration in order to get energy. There's different types of forms you'll learn a little bit more about in biology, but for now we just need to know generally cellular respiration breaks down food for energy. Based on that, I need you to pause and do quick check 2. Pause the video here and do quick check 2 on Penda. Alright, moving on. So what is actually occurring in cellular respiration? So in cellular respiration, I have oxygen and sugar. I'm starting my chemical reaction with oxygen and sugar. So let's take a minute and think about that. I am starting with oxygen. Where do we get that oxygen from? By breathing, right? The reason why you need to breathe is so you can do cellular respiration. So we get oxygen. Sugar, or glucose, where do we get that from? Our food. So even if you're not eating pure sugar, all foods have some form of sugar that we can use for energy. So oxygen that we breathe in plus sugar that we eat from food is what we start with. So going in, so oxygen and food. We need to start with oxygen and food, right? Those are the basics. That's what we need. We need oxygen, we need food. Now, what are we making? We already should know that we breathe out what? Carbon dioxide. We already should know that we are making energy, right? That's the whole goal of cellular respiration, is to make energy. And this one is the one that people sometimes forget, is we actually produce water. So if you were to breathe on a mirror, it fogs up with little water droplets. I mean, yes, there's a temperature difference, but it's actually because you're breathing out tiny droplets of water vapor in your breath. So not only do you breathe out carbon dioxide, you actually breathe out a little bit of water too. And we know the whole reason we're doing this is to break down sugar to get energy. How do we break down sugar to get energy? By having oxygen react with the sugar to break it down, which produces carbon dioxide and water, which we breathe out, and produces energy in a form that our cells can use. Now I know some of you already know that this energy is in the form of ATP. You will be tested on that in high school. That will not be on our test. Alright, so notice I have two equations here, and it says or. So it's not one is more correct than the other. They're the same. It's just one's written out in words, one is written out the chemical equation. So again, we have oxygen. The number is just how many. You don't need to know that right now though. Oxygen plus C6H12O6. You do need to be able to recognize that as glucose or sugar. C6H12O6 is glucose or sugar. That was on our photosynthesis quiz. Oh, and there was an error on the photosynthesis quiz that's in our announcements. Sorry, keep on going. So we have oxygen plus glucose, which makes carbon dioxide plus water plus energy. So either of these equations are equally accurate, just one's written out in words and one is written out with the chemical formula. Based on this, key point you need to know for this is that in respiration, we start with oxygen and food, and we make energy, carbon dioxide, and water. We start with oxygen and food or sugar, and we make energy, carbon dioxide, and water. I need you to pause here to do quick check 3. Pause here to do quick check 3. Alright, what is something you might notice about this equation? It should look kind of familiar. Why does it look kind of familiar? It's the exact opposite of what process did we just learn about last week. It's the exact opposite equation of photosynthesis, except energy in photosynthesis is light energy, alright? But it's still a form of energy. But in photosynthesis, this equation is just reversed. So really everything is involved in both photosynthesis and respiration, and we'll compare them more at the end of this week. But for right now, you should recognize this as the opposite equation of photosynthesis. Alright, so when we're talking about cellular respiration, our key points is that we're breaking down food to make energy our cells can use. Without this, we would not survive. Not only would we not survive, we wouldn't have the energy to do anything, alright? So we're breaking down our food to make energy. We need to know that food and oxygen are going in, and carbon dioxide, water vapor, and energy are coming out, alright? So those are our key points. Based on that, you should be able to answer your LEQ and exit ticket as long as you've done the quick check practice questions. Tomorrow we're going to be doing a lab, we're going to be starting a lab to demonstrate how does cellular respiration actually break down food for energy. We'll be starting that lab tomorrow, finishing it up on Wednesday. Alright, at this time, please check the announcements in Teams. There's many of you who have not read the announcements. I understand there's a lot of reading, there's announcements for every class, but some of you are actively on the platform, and we can see you're on the platform, but I know you're not reading the assignments based on the announcements. So if you're on the platform, please actually read the assignments. Like I said, if something comes up, please reach out to me. Do not be afraid to reach out to me. I'll be having office hours later this week that you can call into. We'll be doing a live quizzes on Thursday again at 11. Hopefully no technical difficulties this time, will be good. Alright, and tomorrow we'll be starting a lab. Alright, have a good one.